So for this one, we are going to look at the introduction to segment addition. So this is the idea. Segment addition is the idea if I have a segment, like you can see down here, A, B, C. So I can chop the segment because the whole thing is AC, right? Well, I can put a point in between here and I can kind of cut it, but I haven't changed the length. I'm just saying, well, you know, AB is part of it and BC is the other part. If I add them back together, I'm going to get the entire piece. Okay, so it's just about adding pieces back together. And you can do the same thing with angles. It's called angle addition. Okay, so if we're going to label the figure, and I highly, highly suggest when you're doing these that you actually have a piece of paper out and you draw the segment and you write in the given information. It's much easier than trying to remember it all. So let's fill this in first and then we'll start labeling our diagram. Since point B lies on the segment AC, we have the following relationship. AC, which is the whole thing, equals AB, that first longer part, plus BC, the kind of second shorter part. This is known as segment addition property. So we're given that AB equals 16, right? So we can see that. So here it is. I labeled it. I kind of highlighted it blue and I put the 16 there. And then we're also told that AC, which is the whole thing, equals 23. So this is why I like the labels, because it makes it much easier to immediately see. If I want to know what BC is, well, I'm going to do 23, the whole thing, and I'm going to take this segment away here so that I can see what's left over. If I know the whole thing's 23 and I'm using up 16 of that, I just want to know what's left over for BC, right? So we can solve that using our little equation here. If I know that AC equals AB plus BC, so then I have 23 for AC, 16 for AB, and I'm just using the BC for BC. Normally you only use one variable, but I'm just leaving it BC, why not? So I want to subtract that 16 from both sides because I don't want to know what 16 plus BC is. I want to know what just BC is. So if I subtract, I get 7, and 7 equals BC because the 16s cancel out, right? So that's the same idea. You can do this without writing the whole equation and just say, logically, if the whole thing's 23 and I'm using 16 of that, what's left over? 7, okay? So this is just the introduction to segment addition. I hope that helped, and I will see you in the next video.